What's up, everybody? Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here for an M13 draft. We opened a bomb mythic. It's worth a ton of tickets. Happy to first pick this. Even if it wasn't worth a ton of tickets, I would certainly pick a 5-mana 5/5 flying haste with a relevant ability. I love this card. It didn't even need the last ability. That's why it's so sweet. Because it's like, the last ability is like, makes it so much better, but it was totally unnecessary. Hence the mythic quality, I guess. But what are we passing? We're passing an awesome red card, another awesome red card. Not as good as Fireball, but still pretty good. Good removal. This is a pretty good pack all around. However, we're going to take the huge money card there. And we're playing red, turns out. Although we don't get past any good red picks here. So, best card in the pack. We've got probably Bloodhunter Bat, or Griffin Protector, possibly Angelic Benediction. Tinted Knight's fine, Scroll Thief's fine, all the rest are fine. We're going to go with the Bloodhunter Bat. I like this card a lot. Possibly do some sort of black-red craziness. Yeah, it sounds good to me. Let's do it. I guess Griffin Protector would work better with like Krinko's Command, if I picked up some arms dealers or something, but I don't know. I like the Bloodhunter Bat more than the Griffin Protector, even though the Griffin Protector kills the Bloodhunter Bat. I guess that is kind of interesting. I think I'm cool with the Bloodhunter Bat. I do like this card a lot. Alright, we'll do it. I'll go with the Bat instead of the Protector. I feel like Bat is just a more quality card. Alright, what do we got now? We've got Searing Spear, which I believe is going to be the pick. We also have Torch Fiend, Reckless Brute, Krinko's Command, Void Stalkers, totally legitimate blue removal. Yeah, let's just take some awesome Searing Spear action. And we're off to a good start. Alright, so we've got Krinko's Command or Bloodhunter Bat. I like the Bat more. Krinko's Command would be very good if we pick up some Arms Dealer, but it's not too hard to get. I don't think it's very hard to pick up other goblins besides Krinko's Command in this set. There's quite a few goblins in red. So Crippling Blight or Bloodhunter Bat. I like the Bat more. Crippling Blight is good, but Bat is just sweet. I would love to just get a million of these. Alright. Well, we've got Sentinel Spider in green, which is extremely good. Vile Rebirth, which is decent. And Mark the Vampire, which I think I'm going to pick just because it's probably the best aura you can get out of the new cycle of auras. Battle Jester's fine, but these guys come super late. Probably later than the Mark of the Vampire. And otherwise I'm just hating a Sentinel Spider, which, I mean, it's not that horrible of an idea, but I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I'd rather just get a Mark now, make sure I get one of these. I like that Mark of the Vampire, it's a cool card. Okay, so Wild Guess, Craterize, or Volcanic Strength. Disentomb is also totally legit in this deck. I think I'm going to go with the Volcanic Strength. Awesome sideboard card, and also good against us, so just good to pick up in general. Okay, so Tormented Soul, Dark Favor, Mind Rot. I think we're going with the Tormented Soul. There's enough awesome stuff you can do with this, especially if you pick up some Exalted guys. Dark Favor is very good. Walking Corpse is not that good, but fine. I think we're just going to go with Tormented Soul. Okay, well, we can do Arsonist or Dark Favor. Arsonist would be much better if we get some arms dealers. It's fine with Volcanic Strength and Mark. It's fine on its own, actually. Trades with 2 toughness guys, which I like. Let's see. So, Dark Favor, Arsonist. I feel like I'm more likely to see another Dark Favor than another Arsonist. And there's more cool stuff I can do with Arsonist. I also already have 2 auras. Let's just go with the Arsonist. Hopefully pick up some arms dealers. Canyon Minotaur's fine. Not great, but fine. late green picks, which kind of sucks. Hope we're not getting cut off in our colors. Don't have any 3-drops. Wall of Fire might actually be good since we already have quite a few flyers. Wall of Fire can hold down the fort decently. Don't really like this card all that much. I might just prefer to get the Disentomb. Get back our Hellkite if we need to. Yeah, I guess I'll do that instead. I don't really like Wall of Fire all that much. And we're much more likely to be a beats deck than a defensive deck. Let's take the Zombie Goliath. Which one of these am I most worried about? This deals with all my flyers, but Titanic Growth and Ring of Colonia are both very sick. I think I'm more fearful of the Ring for the long game, but actually I'm probably more worried about the trick, the Titanic Growth. I can see that being devastating. We're looked to be aggressive, so let's hate out this Divine Favor. Gem of Becoming is probably fine, but I'm not interested in it. Serpent's Gift I'm not terribly worried about, but I think we'll just hate it anyway, just in case. There's some cases where that card can be very good. Alright, so how are we? Well, we have Thundermaw Hellkite, so we're good. Even if we lose first round at this point, I'm happy getting this guy. Wow. Nicol Bolas? Yes, please. So it looks like definitely playing Nicol Bolas too. There's some sick cards in this pack for us otherwise. Both Flunkies, Knight of Infamy, Splashing Pacifism, all that would be sweet. I mean, we're easily taking Nicol Bolas here. And I'm going to splash for it too. If I can get one Evolving Wilds, it'll be fine. And this also will open me up to any other sick blue splash I might want to do. So now I really wish I'd picked that Gem of Becoming over the whatever turd it was I picked up. Zombie Goliath or... No, I don't think it was that. I don't even remember. I think I hated something over it. Which in retrospect is stupid now. Gem of Becoming would have been good. Let's resign this to the sideboard for now. Yeah, Nicol Bolas pretty clearly. It's a Planeswalker. We're on color, so gotta do it. Best picks in here. We have Rise from the Grave, Bloodthorn Vampire, Bloodhunter Bat, Crippling Blight, Goblin Battle Jester. I think I'm cool with just picking up bats for days. These guys are amazing for buying you time or just beating face. And they're superior, far superior to the Canyon Minotaur. It'd be weird enough playing an all-evasive black-red deck. I don't think that's super common. Black flyers in general, red flyers too, just not very common. So I love this card. Bloodhunter Bat's awesome. I love Rise from the Grave too. I think that card's good, but I think I'd rather just play all the Bloodhunter Bats I can get my hands on. Just purely buying time and beating face. I like it. I feel like we are good on 4-drops now, but what can you do? Turn to Slag's a removal spell, and we're actually short on removal, especially considering we're in colors that should have a ton of removal. Duskmantle Prowler is fine, but I'd rather have Turn to Slag. Takes care of rings. It's actually a really relevant removal spell in this format. Okay, so how are we doing on creatures? We only have 8. It's not a ton. I mean, I look to be a little more dirtily now that I'm playing Nicol Bolas. I mean, once I get to this point, it's pretty much game over. Ring of Valkus is going to be just really good for us in general. I love the rings in this set. And this one gives haste, which is totally relevant with our flyers and turns these guys into a 4-swing out of nowhere, which I like. Another Tormented Soul would be fine, although we don't have any Exalted in this deck, so Tormented Soul's not looking as good. I mean, it's still very good with Mark of the Vampire, but I think I'd rather just have a Ring. Chandra's Fury is fine as well, but Ring just... This one in particular, we're in red and it gives haste. I just like it a lot. Gives us something to do early since we don't have a ton to do early. Okay, Walking Corpse, Torch Fiend, Veilborn Ghoul. I think we're pretty obviously taking the Torch Fiend. It's another out against pesky artifacts. Veilborn Ghoul is fine though. I mean, I think I'm more impressed with Torch Fiend. I think it's very interesting that they turned it into an uncommon now, as opposed to, was it Avacyn Restored that it came out? No, I can't remember. Maybe it was Avacyn Restored. But it was a common printed before, and they've already turned it into an uncommon, which is strange. But, yeah, I mean, Torch Fiend is obviously better than the Walking Corpse, just for utility reasons. And Veilborn Ghoul is fine, but, yeah, I think I just like Torch Fiend more. We're hard up for early creatures. Torch Fiend is just a good one. Okay, Reckless Brute is fine, especially since we have no 3-drops, and we're already good on 4-drops, so Primal Clay is probably a better card in a vacuum, but Reckless Brute has some potential, especially if we get Mog Flunkies. Those two go together really well. Duty Bound Dead. How do I feel about that? Liliana Shade is fine. Duty Bound Dead, probably a little bit better for us. Just something to play early creature. Exalted is good with our flyers. Liliana Shade is fine, but I'm already good on 4-drops. Yeah, I'll take the Duty Bound Dead. Kindled Fury is a legitimate trick too. It's not. I'm not going to talk it up like it's the greatest thing, since sliced bread, but it's totally legitimate. Ring of Zathrid, yeah, that's going to be good on our flyers and our ground guys. I mean, it's pretty much game over on a Tormented Soul. It's either that or a second Duty Bound Dead, but I think I like rings in this set quite a bit, and having both on-color ones is relevant. Dragon Hatchling, I've played this in a mono-red limited deck, and I liked it. I think mono red is actually fine in this limited environment. We're going to take Ring of Zathrid. Okay, so we take the Dark Favor, makes our flyers more insane, makes our Tormented Soul more insane, Duty Bound Dead more insane. Otherwise, we take a 2-drop beater. I feel like we're going to need more. Still have a better chance. I mean, Dark Favor is going to work better in our deck, but we're a little bit short on creatures, so I just want to make sure that we have enough. Plus, we already have so many things that we're doing with our creatures between 2 rings and a mark. Yeah, let's just take the Walking Corpse. I think we need some early creatures. Oh wow. Well, Crippling Blight is super legitimate removal, but Rise from the Grave has the best potential upside, in my opinion. If we kill anything and get to take it, or want to bring any of our guys back, yeah, I like Rise more, especially if we get a chance to pick up a Murder in pack 3. I don't really care about any of these. I think we're going to take the Wall of Fire just in case. I don't really think I need a second Zombie Goliath. Second Disentomb or Smelt. I mean, we already have the Torch Fiend and the Turn to Slag, so I'm not super worried about artifacts. Guess not super likely I'd play 2 Disentombs, but it's possible. Well, it certainly wouldn't pay 3. Let's take another Walking Corpse. I think that's fine. Don't really care if our opponents play Hydro Surge, but I'll take it anyway. It is actually a trick. And if I were to get blown out by Hydro Surge, I would be a very sad boy. Why don't we hide the Disentombs for now? I probably won't main deck them. Wouldn't like to main deck the Wall of Fire, which means I'm still kind of hard up for some 3-drops here. I'm also going to have kind of a hard time splashing for the Nicol Bolas at the moment. Flunkies is very good. Fire Elemental is very good. Cleaver Riot is fine. Especially with all the flyers. I mean, it turns Thundermaw Hellkite into a 10 damage swing. Fervor is fine too, but it's not really necessary. A little too cute for my taste. I like Servant of Nephrox a lot. This card swings at 4, and it's a 3-drop. Flunkies I like a lot, though. I'm trying to think. Flunkies has the best potential upside with the Tormented Soul and the Duty Bound Dead and the Arsonist. Yeah, I think we're going to have to go with the Flunkies. It also works really well with the Brute. But I like this Servant. Servant is very good. I mean, Servant has the best potential upside on its own, but it is also pretty fragile. Dies to Chandra's Fury, Crippling Blight, stuff like that. Whereas Flunkies is just, like, annoying for your opponent to deal with most of the time. We still look pretty beats. I'll take the Flunkies. We also have the Valkus, which would go really well with it. Alright. Wow, got past the Tower End. Isn't this worth something? It probably is. Do I take it because it's worth something? I don't think so. I think I've got to either take this Slag or the Geyser, and I'm probably just going to take the Geyser since this has, this just is a removal or an in-game spell. Chandra's Fury is also fine too. God, how much is Tower End worth? Alright, well, Talrand's worth 3 tickets. I am pretty tempted to take it. Even though we already have enough tickets, you can never have enough tickets. I think I might take the Talrand over the Geyser. God, Geyser is so much better for our deck, but I can't pass 3 tickets. I mean, it's too easy to get rolled, even with a good deck in an 8-4. It's just way too easy to get rolled. I'd rather have the removal than a third Walking Corpse, so we'll take the Essence Drain, which, with our 3 Bloodhunter Bats, should be pretty good. I'm going to hide this Goliath real fast. Let's get 4 Bloodhunter Bats. How does that sound? It sounds amazing to me. Over the second Ring of Valkus, yeah, I like that more. Let's take 4 Bloodhunter Bats. I could play these for days. An amazing card. What else am I cutting? Let's cut the Canyon Minotaur. I'm going to have enough 4-drops without him. So, really would like some 3-drops. Fill this curve out a little bit more. But it appears that we're just going to take another good 4-drop. Going to have to be satisfied with that. So, kind of a messed up curve a little bit. Not much we can do about it. Ravenous Rats gives us another 2-drop, good with our Ring of Zathrid. Essence Drain gives us another removal spell to buy us time, though, which I like. Yeah, let's take more removal. So we're looking a little more expensive now, but still think I want to play this Nicol Bolas. It's just too much potential upside. Cower of Fear not only gives us a 3-drop, but an awesome 3-drop. I love Cower in Fear. Good removal spell. Cleaver Riot's probably second pick, but take the Cower in Fear. I'm surprised we didn't see single Evolving Wilds. I mean, they're pretty high pick, but this deck could have used one for this Nicol Bolas. I'm still going to probably just do 2 islands, throw them in there. We're not really color intensive, which is nice. Looks like just 3 spells that require double color. So I don't think I'm going to have a hard time splashing for this. Alright, well, we're hard up for 3-drops. I don't really like Reckless Brute that much, but it's good with flunkies, and I mean, there's a lot of times you can't even play it, which sucks. Fire Elemental is good, but we are so good on 4 and 5 drops. Yeah, we need to fill out this curve. Not much choice. Take a Cleaver Riot now. Yeah, I think I could. Trumpet Blast is fine too. Fervor, I'm just not really excited about. It's fine and all, but I don't really think I need it. 3 of our creatures are already haste and insane. Trumpet Blast, I don't really... Yeah, let's just take the Cleaver Riot. That has the best potential upside. Mind Rot, probably fine, but Chandra's Fury, actually good. So I've got just too many 5-drops, unfortunately, 4 and 5 drops. I'm going to have to figure this out a little bit better, what I want to do exactly. Of all these cards, don't really care about any of them. I think I'm just going to take the foil. Show Valor, good trick. I'm going to hate that. Vile Rebirth, actually a card that will probably play. And Bountiful Harvest. I think we'll let our opponents play that. Last pick of Cleaver Riot is actually surprising. I mean, the card's not great, but it's about as close as red can ever get to Overrun, so... Alright, well, we ended up with a bunch of good cards and a bunch of value, so let me build something real quick here. Alright, quickly built this, and I like the way it looks. I've got plenty of playables, even if I, wasn't doing this whole Nicol Bolas plan, but Nicol Bolas is so strong. I mean, come on. If you resolve Nicol Bolas, so much potential game-changing that it does. Last cut was the Mark of the Vampire, which, I mean, would still be insane in our deck on the Tormented Soul, Blade Tusk Boar, any of our sweet flyers. Yeah, I mean, I can't deny that Mark of the Vampire would be good in this deck. It would. But I'm almost like forced to play these Reckless Brutes just purely for curving purpose. I don't want to be like stuck on turn 3, or yeah, I don't know. I mean, I probably could just eliminate the Reckless Brute from this deck, but Reckless Brute is still like fine with Flunky, and we probably have enough removal where I could eventually play it. I really don't like it that much in this deck. I won't lie. I think that if I cut the 2 Reckless Brutes, I'm probably adding the Rebirth and the Mark back. How does that look? I mean, that makes our curve look weird if I do that, I think. Like, I could probably cut another red source, add another black source. I don't really like it all that much, honestly. I don't think it's that great. I think Reckless Brute is going to have the best potential upside on the play. Alright, I mean, I think we got to do it. I can always sideboard out of them if they're terrible. There are matches where this card is just terrible, but there's also matches where it could do a lot of damage, so I think we'll try it. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy regardless of how we do at this point. Between Thundermaw, Hellkite, Nicol Bolas, and Talran, I don't even know how many tickets this draft's going to make me. So we ended up with a totally solid deck. I'm very happy with the way that it looks. 4 Bloodhunter Bat is huge. Playing these back to back to back, it's probably pretty lethal. Essence Drain. We have tons of life gain, so ways to buy time. Got some evasiveness going for us. Pretty good removal. Didn't end up with any murders, but we got, Searing Spear, Cower and Fear. That rhymed. Double Essence Drain, Turn to Slag. That's probably enough. And Nicol Bolas is kind of removal as well. Alright, let's just do this before I think about it anymore. Got some good sideboard options if necessary, but yep, I'm happy. Let's try it out.